This is not just another year. This is not just another chapter. This is your year of Limitless potential. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You've come too far, been through too much, to let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others tell you how far you can go. You were not created to be average. You were not born to blend in. You were built to stand out, to rise up, and to break every limit that ever tried to define you. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to remind you. Remind you of who you are. Remind you of the power inside of you that's been silent too long. You are not what happened to you. You are not the mistake you made, the opportunity you missed, or the person who walked away. You are not defined by the chapter that tried to break you. Too many people spend their lives replaying a story that no longer serves them. They live in the rearview mirror, focused on what they lost instead of what they can build. But let me tell you something. Your past was only a part of your training, not your identity. Every disappointment was a lesson. Every failure was feedback. Every heartbreak, every closed door, every lonely night, it was shaping you. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. It was preparing you for the strength you didn't know you needed, for the battles you didn't know were coming, and for the future that still has your name written all over it. The pain had a purpose, and if you let it, it will become your power. You don't have to carry the weight of who you used to be. You don't have to wear your mistakes like a name tag. People might remember what you did, but they will soon witness who you become. The truth is, your past was not meant to trap you. It was meant to teach you. You are allowed to outgrow who you used to be. You are allowed to evolve. Don't shrink yourself to fit inside an outdated version of your life. There's greatness in you that your past hasn't seen yet. That version of you, the one who doubted, hesitated, or self-sabotaged. That's not the final version. That's just the rough draft. You're still becoming. And guess what? You get to decide who you become. Not your past. Not your pain. Not the people who left you or limited you. You. You have the pen now. It's in your hands. The future doesn't ask for permission from your past. It doesn't need your old resume. It only asks,
"Are you ready now?"
And if you are truly ready, then it doesn't matter what went wrong before. It matters what you do from this moment forward. Stop rehearsing regret. Stop replaying that old movie of what could have been. You've seen it too many times. It's time for a new script. You were born with seeds of greatness inside you, and no setback can bury them forever. Even when you thought it was over, life was simply planting you deeper. And now, it's your season to rise. But to grow, you must release. Release the guilt. Release the shame. Release the old story that says, "This is all I'll ever be." That's a lie. Your future deserves the best version of you, not the version still tied to yesterday. Think about this. The most powerful people in the world aren't the ones with perfect pasts. They're the ones who refused to stay there. They're the ones who looked at their scars and said, "I survived that for a reason." They used the broken pieces as bricks to build a new foundation. And so can you. You don't need perfection. You need permission. Permission to rise, to change, to walk boldly toward your future with fire in your soul. This is the year you break free from your history and start walking in your destiny. It's not about forgetting the past. It's about not letting it own you. You are not your trauma. You are not your failure. You are not your delay. You are your possibility. And if you can see that, if you can truly believe that, then no limitation from your past can hold you any longer. Fear has a voice, and it knows your name. It whispers when you're alone. It shouts when you're about to step out of your comfort zone. It tells you you're not ready, not smart enough, not strong enough. But here's the truth: fear is loud, but it's not accurate. It creates illusions, not facts. It builds walls where there are none. Most of the time, it isn't even what's in front of you that's holding you back. It's the story fear is telling you in your head. And if you don't challenge that story, you'll start living in it like it's your truth. Fear wants to paralyze your progress before you even begin. It doesn't need to defeat you. It just needs to delay you. Because if it can delay you long enough, you'll talk yourself out of your destiny. You'll start negotiating with your calling, convincing yourself to wait for the right time or the perfect plan. But nothing great was ever done in perfect conditions. Growth lives in discomfort. Breakthrough lives in risk. And fear knows that if you ever truly step out, fully committed, it loses all control over you. On the other hand, faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Faith doesn't mean you won't feel fear. Faith means you move despite it. You do the thing anyway. You speak, even if your voice shakes. You show up, even when you're unsure. Because deep down, there's something in you stronger than what's coming against you. That's faith. Faith says, "I don't have all the answers, but I trust the vision." Faith says, "I may not know how, but I know I'm called." Faith isn't loud. It's steady. It grows through obedience, not comfort. Every bold step you take builds your faith muscle. Every time you refuse to back down, every time you silence doubt with action, you stretch your capacity to believe. That's how champions are built, not by having less fear, but by choosing faith more often. The question isn't, Do I feel afraid? The real question is, what do I believe more? My fear or my future? Because one will cage you, and the other will carry you. Let's be real. Life gets noisy. You didn't give up on your dream. You just got pulled away from it. Pulled by responsibilities. Pulled by survival. Pulled by other people's expectations. You didn't lose the fire. You just buried it under deadlines, distractions, and detours. Somewhere along the way, your dreams took a backseat to your daily grind. But that dream, that vision, that hunger, it's still in you. It's been waiting patiently for you to remember who you are. Distraction is the enemy of destiny. It doesn't always come dressed as destruction. Sometimes it shows up as just one more scroll, just one more year, or I'll get to it later. And before you know it, you've built a life full of movement, but lacking momentum. You've been busy, but not aligned. Productive, but not purposeful. But here's the good news: your dream didn't disappear. It's just been dormant, and now it's time to wake it up. Every time your heart skipped a beat when you thought about that goal, that was your dream reminding you, I'm still here. Every time you saw someone doing what you were called to do and felt something stir in your soul, that wasn't jealousy. That was your assignment tapping you on the shoulder, asking, why not you? See, your dream isn't dead. It's undelivered. And the only thing standing between where you are and where you could be is your decision to recommit. This is your moment to focus again, to shut out the noise, silence the distractions, and tune back in to your purpose. Your dream doesn't need permission from your past. It just needs your attention in the present. Recommit. Realign. Reignite. What you started years ago, it's not over. The world hasn't seen your best yet. And once you lock in, once you stop negotiating with distractions and start moving with intention, everything changes. You don't just grow because you work hard. You grow because you're planted in the right environment. The people you surround yourself with, they either fuel your future or feed your fears. Every conversation is either building you up or tearing you down. Every voice in your life is either sharpening your vision or slowly dulling it. If you're always the one with the big dreams, but surrounded by small minds, don't be surprised when your energy starts shrinking too. People carry energy, and energy is contagious. If you hang around complainers, you'll become one. If your circle constantly settles, you'll forget how to stretch. If the people around you mock ambition, you'll eventually start hiding yours. That's why your environment is not a casual decision. It's a strategic investment. You don't need fans. You need fire starters. People who challenge you, push you, correct you, and believe in the version of you that even you haven't fully seen yet. You were never meant to do life alone, but you were also never meant to drag dead weight. Stop giving VIP access to people who drain your drive. Stop trying to convince people who are committed to misunderstanding your vision. You're not arrogant for protecting your energy. You're wise. You have a calling to answer, and you can't afford to waste years explaining yourself to people who aren't even trying to grow. Let them stay where they are. You've got places to go. Get around people who make you uncomfortable, not because they're negative, but because they're doing more, being more, and dreaming bigger. People who hold you accountable to your potential, not your excuses. People who don't just inspire you. They require you to level up. That's when things shift. Because when you're in the right circle, average becomes unacceptable, and greatness becomes the standard. Perfection is a trap dressed up as a standard. It tells you, wait until it's perfect. Wait until you're ready. Wait until it all makes sense. And while you wait, your dream waits too. Untouched, unbuilt, unlived. The truth is, perfection isn't noble. It's paralysis in disguise. If you keep waiting until it feels perfect, you'll still be standing in the same place a year from now, full of potential, but empty on progress. It's not about being flawless. It's about being fearless enough to start. Action is what separates dreamers from doers. You can plan all day, read every book, watch every motivational video. But if you don't move your feet, nothing changes. Action doesn't need applause. It doesn't need clarity. It just needs commitment. Even if you stumble, even if it's messy, even if you don't feel 100% confident, take the step. One imperfect move is worth more than 1,000 perfect intentions. Excuses sound like reasons, but they're really just delays in disguise. I'm too tired. It's not the right time. What if I fail? These thoughts aren't there to protect you. They're there to protect your comfort zone. And if you let them run your life, you'll keep building a routine around survival, not success. Stop giving your excuses the steering wheel. The dream is yours, but the decision is too. Either you find a way, or you find a reason. You can't chase both. Progress doesn't always look pretty. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it's awkward. Sometimes it's private. But every small move forward is a vote for the future you're building. Stop waiting for confidence. Confidence comes from movement. You don't get brave, then take action. You take action, and that's what makes you brave. So, if you're going to choose something today, don't choose perfection. Choose progress. Your words are not just sounds. They are seeds. Every time you speak, You plant something into your mind, your emotions, and your environment. And the most dangerous thing you can do is speak death over your own life. I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. Things never work out for me. Those aren't just phrases. They are blueprints for failure, because your mind listens to what your mouth says. And eventually, your actions follow your beliefs. That's why you must be careful what you say, especially when you're talking to yourself. You would never talk to someone you love the way you talk to yourself in private. And yet, so many people beat themselves up with words they'd never dare say to a stranger. That stops now. It's time to speak life over your journey. Not just when things are going well, but especially when they're not. Even when it's hard, even when it looks impossible, say, I am built for this. I am not done. I am becoming stronger every day. Because words don't just describe your reality. They create it. Affirmation is not about hype. It's about alignment. Every word you speak is either pushing you closer to your potential or pulling you away from it. Stop speaking from your fear and start speaking from your faith. Talk to yourself like your future depends on it, because it does. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and sometimes the most powerful breakthrough comes from a shift in your own vocabulary. Don't wait for outside encouragement. Become your own source of fire. Every morning you wake up, speak like the outcome is already yours. Say it out loud. I have what it takes. I am walking in my purpose. I am not a victim of my past. I am the author of my future. Keep declaring it. Keep affirming it. Because what you say repeatedly, you start to believe. And what you believe, you begin to live. So speak life, loud, bold, and unapologetic, until your life starts to echo your words. This year is not waiting on perfect timing. It's waiting on you. The version of you that's done settling. The version that's tired of shrinking. The version that knows, deep down, that there's more. You don't need a guarantee. You don't need applause. You don't need everything to be perfect. You just need to decide, right now, that you will no longer live beneath your calling. You were not created to coast through life. You were created to conquer it. There is limitless potential inside of you. And the world is starving for the power you've been hiding. Don't leave this year with the same excuses you brought into it. Don't carry old fear into a new season. This is your year to speak boldly, to move fiercely, to believe relentlessly, to become unapologetically you. So rise up, show up, and don't just talk about your potential. Live it. Because once you believe it, once you own it, there is no limit to what you can become.